I conduct my report from those times when it was crazy to survive for a long day. I had to shoot on my own because my cameraman and his entire species died out. My name is Dent Grills. I am the most durable dinosaur among all the survivors of the asteroid impact. Now you will get clear and real things on how to survive if an extinction like the one that happened in our sweet Cenozoic period happens again. In this video, you will learn how to save yourself for those who have small coffee beans. Why your survival kit should include wings and a regular rock. At the end, I will reveal my personality to you, although I will give hints throughout this video. In the meantime, listen and remember how to act in order to survive after the fall of the asteroid. Many of you have heard that before the fall of the asteroid, the standard of living of dinosaurs was already declining, and some species were already close to extinction. Friends, do not confuse the soap period with the Middle Ages. It's all a complete lie. In fact, dinosaurs society flourished. Don't believe me? Asked Joe Bonser. This PhD student at the Natural History Museum in London published an article in the journal Open Science of the Royal Society that fully confirms my words. Joe ran a reading that showed, if it were not for the explosion of that criminal asteroid, we would continue to live after the soap period. Although I believe that we would have reached the XXI century. In all honesty, they would even run for the post of President of America. However, the asteroid still broke our plans. We saw a small light in the sky. It was getting brighter. We did not attach much importance to it, so we continued with our routine agenda. Herbivorous dinosaurs chewed on juicy greens. Pterosaurs soared in the air, and mosasaurs splashed in the seas. But after a few days we raised our heads to the mountain and saw that there were already two suns. One of them fell straight to the ground. This layer of fire with a temperature of 20,000 degrees Celsius and a speed of more than 72,000 kilometers passed through the Earth's atmosphere and crashed into it in the area of modern Mexico. At that moment, a massive explosion occurred, and a supersonic shock wave swept across the planet. It was 1 billion times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. You will say that it is impossible to escape from this. Maybe. Most importantly, trust me. If you find yourself in the epicenter of the explosion, the ground will be covered with fluff. If you do not burn alive, you will receive instant third-degree burns of the entire body from the thermal explosion. But those who manage to be far from the place where the asteroid fell at that moment still have a chance to survive. To begin with, stock up with barouches. Otherwise, your eardrum and membranes will burst with a deafening sonic boom. As happened with ancient dinosaurs, debris will fly from the crater formed by the asteroid, heading for an orbit around the sun. Some of them can even reach Mars. You see that after that, the fragments that flew not so high will begin to fall back to Earth. So try to dig a hole to take shelter. And it's even better to cover yourself with a stone. If you are short on coffee for this, don't panic. Just bend over. Listen to the Turks. No need to run anywhere. At the moment of impact, the surface of the Earth will periodically move due to your great growth. You'll just fall to the ground and crush your skull. For example, if you are a flying dinosaur, it is not time to show off your aerial maneuvers. Descend from the heavens to the ground and move with the help of quotes. Otherwise you will be knocked down by layers of glass. They are formed from molten rocks thrown into the atmosphere. Falling back to the ground, they cool down and form a vitreous substance. After that, the air will start. At the moment, it was a phenomenal tsunami with a height of about 305 meters. This is about twice the level of the Spring Temple. Even if you know how to swim, you cannot save yourself from a blow of such a moment. But earthquakes, tsunamis and fires are not the end. Then the worst began. If you are all still conscious the day after an asteroid crashed into the planet, use this chance. Know that the dust formed by the catastrophe will block the earth from the sun, and all the plants will begin to die. Therefore, if you are a herbivore like me, do not rush to eat them all at once. It is best to distribute the vegetation wisely. What's left and stock up. The sudden death of most animals had a devastating effect on the food of animals in the sea and on land. But if you want to fully survive in the post-apocalypse, just grow your wings. Dinosaurs, relatives of birds, could all adapt. The ability to fly helped them hide from the most unfavorable places, and quickly move to those parts of the planet that suffered less due to their small size. Tahi needed a lot of food. There were enough insects, being very lively creatures. Birds constantly switched to seeds and nuts, and in the process of evolution they began to destroy their teeth. Yes, in my time birds were seen just like that. But as a result, these surviving creatures became the millions of birds that exist today. All of them are the consequences of ancient dinosaurs, heroically surviving extinction. It hurts me to see how people call a bird and roar shameful words. It's a good thing that I still dropped my horns and didn't have the men freaking out over my guide. By the way, about me, you already guessed who I am. You know I'm strict. I am not a carnivore, but a herbivore. 3-2 I'm a Triceratops. Yes. It was I who became the last extinct dinosaur in the Cretaceous period. How did I manage to save myself? It's just that I, like a bird, have a beak, so to speak. It has undergone an evolutionary disconnect. Alright, Pike. Actually, a lot. First, I refer to a species with a unique diet. I used my beak to break off the branches of low-growing fern bushes, which was not destroyed by the explosion. My unpretentiousness saved me. Second, my paws are as thick as tree trunks. It helped me not to fall during an earthquake. Thirdly, I am a prehistoric rock. I am the largest representative of the ceratopsian species. I have 3 threatening enemies that I can use as weapons in a pinch. Although I never succeeded, not all of the predatory animals dared to attack me. They only had the courage to tease. Has been calling me a lady since the 16th century, all because of my, you see, unfashionable bone collar. However, it protected my head from falling debris, as well as it had previously protected me from wild foot and mouth bites. Do you see this breakthrough? I'm proud of my scar. Once a Tyrannosaurus tried to pass my collar and only broke a tooth. In addition, most likely the collar helped me in thermoregulation. That's how I endured the cold times that came when the sun was completely hidden from us. And most importantly, Triceratops are gregarious animals, and it is much easier to save yourself in a group than alone. So I would have existed until the end of the Mesozoic era. Do not believe? I have samples. Look at the photo. It's me. No, not the one in the banana. Well, that's my rock. It was found by Yale graduate student Stagenchester in the Hill Creek Formation in Montana. Investigating the depth of my burial, the witnesses determined that I died 65 million years ago, which means a much later asteroid explosion. I believe my instructions will help you survive when another celestial body falls on you. You must be surprised because I didn't do any favors on how to survive a man's asteroid strike. The fact is that my video is designed to what the dinosaurs you recognize by cloning will see. Well, I don't even know how people survive. They don't have a beak, wings, or a cool collar like mine. I think the only man who has a chance is Geriatres. Write in the comments who else, in your opinion, will be able to survive at any cost.